screwdriver. If you don't need to use one, if you got a power driver, it changes your whole life, makes life so easy. Yeah, you go out and spend 150 bucks on a plug-in, big power industrial driver, but it's more than you need. What you need, and this one comes with that little articulated extender, which is the whole value. I'm telling you, that thing is amazing. So you can get all the nooks and crannies. What you need is PowerJoe. Go on hsn.com and read the reviews on this little portable screwdriver. 4.8 stars, almost perfectly rated on hsn.com. Why? Because it works. It's over 50% off just for the show. It's a must-have clever gadget everybody should have out there. In any toolbox, you should carry this. There's no messing around with this thing. You got a job to do, you do it very, very quickly. When you order today, you're gonna get a full range of bits. Hex, Phillips, Flathead, and 3 sizes of each one of these are included. So you're gonna be able to do any job. They're even labeled right across the front. Then you get the super cool articulating arm, okay? This is an extender, and as you can see, it's very flexible. So if you need to get into a corner around an angle underneath something, look at that. Look, I can put my whole wrist in there. Yeah, I just broke the tape, but that's all right. Look at how this baby bends, any direction you want. So, because not everything is a straight screw. Some go this way, some go that way. Even the screw itself will articulate into a different position when you need that as well. Justin, my man. You are 2 for 2. I got my last item. Last time you were on air, right. I bought the Einhell. That's the power drill. Today, he's bringing a power screwdriver. And for $19.95, dude, you saw it was 40 bucks. They dropped it down to a $20 bill. Any home person, anybody that likes to do it yourselfer, needs to get that.
You need a drill in general, right? I mean, yeah. What's the most important tool in the toolbox? It's your drill. Driver, so it doesn't matter what you got to get done. 99% of it is going to get done with this. And if you do, we were just seeing with the shears, have any issues with dexterity in your hands, you just simply aren't going to pick one of these up and try and screw anything in, right? So you pick this up. There's a lot of what's so clever, and that's clever ideas with this. I'm going to show you really quickly. It's the little things. I'm just going to put this right here, the one, and we're just gonna show the first step, right? The first step is gonna show you basically how you're gonna be using it most of the time. It looks like a pistol grip, right? I'm just gonna start screwing this in. Once we do this, I wanna show you the other way that we can do it. I can simply press this button right here and then completely articulate this into
now you got a straight driver.
The straight driver. So if all those different ways and different areas to get your drill into those small areas, that's how you do it. Then the other part, what we were talking about, what's clever part, is then going ahead and attaching the extender. This extender now will take you over here to where, for instance, if you wanted to grab your little screwdriver, you're not gonna fit that in here.
That is such a good point.
If you wanna grab your drill, and you want to get that in here.
Not going in.
You can't. So we're talking about that. Now that's clever. Check this out. You can reach with the extender and start drilling that all the way in.
All right, that's it.
Now that's clever.
Yeah, there it is. That's the show. That is the show right there. And it's so funny because it happens all the time. And you try to get on an angle. You know, you're in a gym, you're in a door jam, and you're trying to get on an angle to try to get that thing in. Really difficult. You ever try to put doorknobs on and things like that? Where you got to have all kinds of different tools to get behind. Like, look at this. There it is. How else, this is the classic example, and that thing has to go in straight.
Right. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? I mean, if you're putting it at an angle, you're never gonna screw that in straight. You're never gonna be able to reach that with an actual screwdriver, and even with your other drill bits, so you can reach all those hard to reach places, because how many times have you said to yourself, how did they even put that together, right? You got no idea how they put that together. So I'm gonna go back up here. I wanna show you, we were showing you all the different ways. The step 2 is, okay, you're putting all these little things together. Maybe you're doing little DIY stuff. Yeah. You know, we've still got it in that little, not in the pistol grip anymore, but we still have it in the extender. You're still gonna have enough power because you got the 4 volts to get all of those drills through the wood. So whether it's fixing up the chairs, fixing up the couches, all those loose screws, how many of you have some of these hanging from the cabinetry, right? They never stay in. You end up having a little hole that's left right there. These are gonna be fixed in just a second. Your hooks, if you wanna do any hooks. And how many times are you thinking, I wanna just hang some pictures. I wanna put a shelf up. You need a drill to do it, and this one's gonna get the job done.
Like I said, I love the attachment. That to me just sends it over the top. This was 40 bucks, today it's 19. So, you know, maybe you don't use a screwdriver all the time, but boy, when you need one, it's so nice to have this. Plus, we're talking cordless. So you've got cordless versatility, so you're not worried about being tethered to a cord. Maybe you're doing projects outside. You know, you're putting a wall plaque up, or you're doing something, you're fixing the mailbox, or you're putting in a new mailbox, where you just need a couple of screws to go in. This is perfect for that, all right? And the nice thing is you got plenty of power in here to be able to utilize this. You get about 30 minutes on a battery, which is more than most people need to do a job. 30 minutes, and then you just you charge the thing back up and you're good to go. So all these different jobs can be done using this cordless screwdriver. It fits right in the drawer. We're gonna give you all those bits. And the bits are great too, because you get every kind, even the little hex bits. So when you're doing those kind of wacky screws that you haven't seen before on different furniture, could be an older piece of furniture, right? If you need to get inside a drawer, that's a great shot right there too, right? And having the light means you can get into those hard to reach areas that are not normally illuminated, and you can see what you're doing.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I was even just putting a bed together recently, 2 beds, thanks to my girlfriend who decided that we were gonna completely spruce the whole place up. I hung more shelves than I ever thought I would in my whole entire life. I had to put these beds together, and some of them say don't use—
You're a good guy.
Oh man.
You're a good guy.
I'm earning my keep.
Yeah, but this
for
is
sure.
What's nice about this is anybody can use this, whether it's you, your partner. My mom could use this very, very easily, and it's not too heavy. It only weighs, what does it weigh? It weighs a little over a pound.
I don't even think it weighs a pound.
I don't even know if it weighs a pound. So it's lightweight in the hand, so it's easy to manipulate too. And guess what PowerJoe's doing? They're not giving you 1 year, they're giving you a 2-year warranty on this. You never see that in handheld power tools, right? They usually give you 1 year, sometimes 90 days. They're gonna give you 2 years. So you know you're gonna have this thing for a super duper long time, and it's gonna work for you. You got onboard storage of your most used little bits. So here, you can put a Phillips on one side, and then you can put your Flathead on the other, and those go wherever you go. So if you're a crafter, a lot of crafting, like we just mentioned, plaques, wall hangings, things like that, or you're building some kind of cool display, or putting together shelves. If you're buying furniture that needs to be put together, gotta have this.
You gotta have this.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit there and build a bed with just this, or the little screwdriver that they give you, or the little monkey wrench that they give you.
It's hard to keep that in and keep it in the threads.
It's impossible.
I know.
It's impossible. You just don't pick those up. You end up picking up a bigger drill, but sometimes those bigger drills are too big. You can't use them, or they're too powerful. You just mentioned it too. This is gonna feel great in your hand. It's not gonna overpower you. It's lightweight. You can see if you have a smaller hand too, this is gonna feel great in your hand. It's not gonna feel too big. It's not gonna feel too powerful. This little button right here, I press that down. That's how I convert it to that straight screwdriver. So if I wanna get into those other hard to reach places, I can. When it's a really hard to reach place, I just simply take my little bit out, I put it back here. You still have still have the 11 other bits to use.
Dude,
and then I put the extender in.
I'd buy this for the extender.
I would spend $20 to have this little extender right here, because look at it, no matter where, I'm glad you wore a black sweater today. No matter where, no, it's good. Get back over there, because I want to see it.
There we go.
No matter where your screwing job is, whether it's under a table, around, inside a cabinet, you can get there.
I'm telling you, I mean, literally, there's no place that you can't reach anymore. We were showing you this before. This is the now that's clever part, because if it's just unscrewing it.
Dude, you're saying it more than I am. I love that you're promoting the show.
You know what? It's now that's clever.
It is clever.
With Guy.
Everything's clever.
You
but
know Guy's wearing his vest today. He's meaning business.
That's because it was 48 degrees when I left the house today, so I'm like, I'm keeping the vest on. I'm quite vested, but if you want to grab something like this, maybe you want to get this for your partner who likes to do fix-ups, and you're like, he's frustrated because for always dropping the screw, and he can't keep the driver in the little hole. Well, this is going to give you that control, and it's going to, it's one of those things that doesn't make you feel old. Because a lot of things that you try and you're like, oh, when I was young, I could see that screw. My dad was like that all the time. Because I'd go in there and I'd just do it. Now it's hitting me. This is going to make a job that's tedious and hard to see, because it has a flashlight built in. It's gonna make it a lot easier for you. $6.65 on FlexPay. They marked the price down over 50%. So if you're one of those people that likes to do little jobs, this is for you. Get it. What do you got to lose? A 2-year warranty. We got people buying 2 of these at a time.
Well, you know the other part that now
They're
that's
probably
clever?
gonna buy one and sell the other one for 35 bucks.
The other part where now that's clever is where you say to yourself, I got it for 20 bucks.
Yeah.
Okay? I have tons of these cabinets, so this to me speaks volumes. Is driving that screw in and then not having to worry about looking at the handles.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the dresser drawer, maybe it's the cabinets in the kitchen, doesn't matter. You're using those all the time.
Yeah, and then remember, when you're doing this job, right?
Right.
You can actually get around that corner. Thanks for doing it. Get around that corner and you don't feel so, like who would invent a screw that has to go in behind the knob like that?
Right.
That's just